gas, Cl2 gas, or some other example I give here, ammonia gas. When ammonia gas decomposes, it gives nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas. These are all corresponding balanced equations for them. In these stoichiometric reactions, in every chemical equation, same thing. It is between two reactants, certain mole ratio, product, certain mole ratio, etc. But depending on the substance nature, the observations can differ. For example, here, because all these are gases, in an experiment, observation can also be in variation of pressure. For example, look at the first case, PCl5 gas taken in one flask. And when it is pure PCl5, at a given temperature, in that flask, it exerts certain pressure P. But when PCl5 starts reacting, decomposing, new compounds coming, PCl3 and Cl2. In this reaction, you notice every 1 mole PCl5 splits into 2, 1 mole PCl3 and 1 mole Cl2. As a result, the moles number is increasing. When moles number is increasing for a gas system, pressure also increases. So, in the observation, if pressure being found, the pressure found to increase according to the extent of decomposition of PCl5. Similarly, here also. So, one can observe the pressure values during the progress of reaction, and from that we can conclude how much this decomposed, how much is the other one formed, what is the percentage of so and so substance in the entire mixture at any stage, etc. can be calculated. So, in different observations also, you can adopt that stoichiometry from same procedure using the mole count. Say, in one reaction, in one experiment, PCl5 taken in a flask. Initially, some pressure P found, but after some time, the pressure increased. From the extent to which it increased, one can tell how much PCl5 decomposed. So, for that applications also, we can use this. How? Let us say, suppose PCl5 reaction I am talking about. Initially, one took pressure of PCl5 some P atmospheres. At that moment, there is no PCl3, there is no Cl2. But slowly PCl5 getting decomposed. If so, after some time, a part of PCl5 decreased and that is converted to product, PCl3 and Cl2. Say out of this P, some X moles are converted, or X units converted, X atmospheres of PCl5 converted into products. Then what will happen? That part which is reacted, converted to product, so it is X moles or X units or X atmospheres, and it is also X. Like that, there is an increase in pressure because we started with P, but now the total pressure how much? This one is P minus X, this one is X, this one is X, so P plus X is the resultant pressure. So, one observed initially the pressure in the flask P, but now it became P plus X. Why it became P plus X? It is because a part of PCl5 producing more products which are also gases, as a result pressure is increasing. So, that increase in pressure tells us how much reaction went. Notice here, suppose PCl5 totally reacted, PCl5 gone, and then PCl3 present, Cl2 present. So, at the end of the reaction, you find the pressure of the whole mixture in the flask is twice the initial pressure, because the pressure here is something, but when decomposed, as the moles doubled, pressure also doubled. And suppose in one stage you found the pressure not P and not 2P, in between these two. That indicates that reaction at that stage to some extent only completed. So, the extent to which the reaction gone so far could be understood by applying the observations related to chemical equation. This is also stoichiometry. But in this observations, one term we often use, reaction mixture. In every chemical reaction is in progress, the word reaction mixture indicates that when reaction is in progress, at a particular stage, the total amount or the total mixture, including all formed products and also leftover reactants. Suppose if I start with some amount of PCl5, after some time, say 50% gone, then 50% PCl5 present, remaining 50% converted into products. So what are present? PCl5 present, PCl3 present, Cl2 also present. So that whole mixture is called reaction mixture. Reaction mixture initially means only reactant. Reaction mixture at the end means only products. Reaction mixture any stage in between, it is a combination of this and that depending on the extent to which the reaction completed. So that extent to which the reaction completed can be understood when an observation made on this pressure. Suppose here I took that P initially for PCl5 and I found it is P plus X. So maximum value of P plus X is 2P, and when you found some other value in between, you understand to what extent it is completed. So like that, to percentage completion etc. can be calculated. One numerical example we do on this point. Suppose in one experiment, PCl5 initially taken at 1 atmosphere. After some reaction, the pressure found something like 1.4 atmospheres. We have begun with 1 atmosphere PCl5, but after some time the pressure in the flask found to be 1.4 atmosphere. What does it mean? A part of PCl5 converted to products where more gas is produced, so the total pressure is increased. From this total pressure we can understand how much is the amount of PCl5 or the percent of PCl5 so far reacted. Like this. As we did before, suppose initially you got pressure P, and at the stage when pressure equal to 1.4 atmospheres, initially we took pressure P, and that became after some time more pressure 1 atmosphere, which is therefore equal to P plus X, as we have seen previously. P became P plus X, initially P, and it became P plus X, but in this case initially how much we took? P equal to 1, and that P plus X became 1.4, therefore what is X? Like that we can understand how much part of this reaction or the substance so far reacted. From this, percentage reacted, fraction reacted, degree of decomposition, whatever you want, we can calculate from this. So observation can be in terms of pressure or in terms of volume, but you must adopt that to chemical equation. And whenever you use chemical equation, remember, this is only for that part which is reacted.